Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Bulla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 25th chapter, text 1 onwards. 1 to 7 describe Indra sends Samvarta clouds. Shishgovaja Indra stadadmana pujam Vigyaya bhitam rupa Gopebhya Krishnanathebhyo Nandadebhya Chukopaha. That means Sukadeva Goswami said, my dear King Parikshit, when Indra understood that his sacrifice had been put aside, he became furious with Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men who were accepting Krishna as their Lord. So in the purport, disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj say that at the very beginning of this chapter, Sukadeva Goswami reveals the foolishness of Indra and the absurdity of his anger. Indra was frustrated because the residents of Vrindavan accepted Sri Krishna as their Lord. But the simple fact is that Sri Krishna is the Lord not only of the residents of Vrindavan, but of all that exists, including Indra himself. The Indra's petulant reaction was ridiculous. As the common saying says, that pride goes before it falls. So in the purport, Srila Vishwanath Thakur says that this chapter describes how Lord Indra, overcome by anger, sent rain to destroy the people of Braja. To protect Braja, Krishna held Govardhan hill in his left hand for 7 days. Sukadeva Goswami immediately reveals the foolishness of Indra and the absurdity of his anger. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami Brihad Vaishnava Tosani says, Indra directly realized Vigyaya, that his worship had been diverted and the materials used for other worship, since he came into the sky unnoticed. On hearing the commotion, the sacrifice was disrupted, for materials meant for the sacrifice has been used up and he didn't receive his portion of the sacrifice. His anger out of pride was misplaced, for the people had taken Krishna as their Lord. Krishnanathebhya, O King, you know about the dangers of pride. The others were Upananda and other cowherds and the priests. Ha means clearly, and such behavior was according to his character, Indra. So, in the next verse, that is verse 2 says, Ganam Samvartakam Nama Meghanam Chantakarinam Indra Prachodayat Krudho Krudho Bhakyam Cha Hesa Mani Uta. That means angry Indra sent forth the clouds of universal destruction known as Samvartaka. Imagining himself the supreme controller, he spoke as follows. The purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj say, the word Isamani here is very significant. Indra arrogantly considered himself to be the Lord, and thus he exhibited the typical attitude of a conditioned soul. Many thinkers in the 20th century have noted the exaggerated sense of individual prestige, characteristic of our culture. Indeed, writers have been coined the phrase, have even coined the phrase, the me generation. Everyone in this world is more or less guilty of the syndrome called Isamana, or proudly considering oneself to the Lord. So Sri Vishwanath Thakur says, this verse describes Indra's anger. Samvartaka refers to the clouds used for destruction of the universe. Cha indicates that the 7 winds of destruction, such as Abha and Prabha, were also sent. Due to excessive pride, Indra arrogantly considered himself to be the supreme controller, Isamani. So, Jiva Goswami, Laghu Vaishnava Darshan says, the clouds were used especially for destruction of the universe and were thus called Samvartakam, destructive of the universe. The word Cha means Eva, just for this, or the word Cha indicates other clouds like Abha and Prabha, clouds as well. He sent the clouds Prachudayat, while instilling them with enthusiasm for destruction because of his pride. The word Uta means indeed, indicating his despicable conduct, unbecoming for the leader of the Devatas. So, in the verse 3 it is said that Aho Srimada Muhyata Mahatmyam Gopanam Kananokosam Krishnam Martyam Upasritya Je Chakru Devaharanam. Indra said, just see how these coward men lying in the forest have become so greatly intoxicated by their prosperity, they have surrendered to an ordinary human being, Krishna, and thus they have offended the gods. The purport, Sri Vishwanath Thakur says, Indra said, I am astonished to see the amount of wealth and bliss of those coward men. Being inspired by Goddess Saraswati, we can understand that Indra was really saying that the coward men had offended him by taking shelter of Krishna, whom Indra considered to be Martya, immortal. Krishna is called Martyam because he appears to give auspiciousness to the ignorant souls of the material world. Prati shloke prati akhyare nana artha kaya. Each verse, each letter has so many meanings. Srimad Bhagavatam. So in Jiva Goswami, Laghu Vaishnava Toshani, it is said that this is astonishing. They are lowly forest people, ignorant. The prefix upa has a negative connotation as in upapati, paramor, that means lover. Upasritya indicates falling from dharma, reputation and family rules. By saying this, he shows his superiority over humans as a devata. Thus he mentions that the offense is against the devatas, not just himself. He expresses himself in this way to show that it is not proper to give up the status of devata and accept qualities of human. The people of Braja didn't think of Indra as a devata. What to speak of being the head of the devatas? However, another meaning can be found in his words. The people of Braja as dwellers in the forest and cowherds were most sattvic in qualities. They surrendered to Krishna, who was the Param Brahma in human form. Martyam, who was most affectionate, who was most affectionate to his devotees. Therefore, it was proper that they ignore the devatas. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.